Top of my alarm, the music ends, the song ended. What's up, everyone? Good to have you here once again. Second live during the day. Usually I only do one live, but as written in my banner, the evening is either a video or a live, and I only really go live in the evening, Central European time zone, if there's something happening on the chart. And there is actually. So I just came home. I was out and about and came home, saw the chart, did some analysis, and what I wrote in silver, or actually what I posted in the silver updates, was the following. 1 second, I have to open it here so that I can show you what I noticed on the CVD in particular. Which was, oh, it's opening in my other browser, which is this. So at the low on the 886, we had bullish CVD divergences. Now here, I am not interested. So the green line you see here, those were the bullish CVD divergences that were visible here. Now that is on top of the 886, and the 886, right, once touched, has a higher probability to sooner or later take this low, as any move up has a higher probability of being a wave C or a wave Y, increasing probabilities to then sooner or later move down to take the low. So the first divergence is for me a bit too risky, right? I don't really enjoy trading this. Then price moved to the upside, and started a small local range. This is on the 3-minute time frame. And we created bullish CVDs again. And then I wrote price finding at least some strength, and just now creates a more local bullish CVD as it grinds up. Shows the potential to still take the very local high, right? Because now, instead of price action moving down, bullish CVD on the 886, we move up and we see a sign of strength. We grind towards the upside here, 2 small little ranges. Bullish CVDs as price is moving to the upside, changing local market structure. That's interesting, no? That's interesting. So that is what happened on a 3-minute time frame over here. And that is where I started to get interested, FYI. Now, yeah, everything went so quick, so I actually didn't post it in the Koen Setups channel. Sorry for the people following that. But yeah, you know, it's like I just came home, I saw it, I noticed it, bum, bum, boom, bum, and here we are. So anyway, good to have you here. We're going to do some local analysis. It's a bit more chilling, bit more relaxing, answering some more questions, chatting Q&A, probably online for about 45 minutes to 1 hour or something. And yeah, observe price action locally. So there's currently 2 scenarios I have in mind locally. So let's see what price is going to give us, right? Maybe a Band-Aid. Hike, Seriga, welcome. Good to have you here. Biscuit, Dower, welcome. Jason Olivier, how was your weekend? My weekend was good. I mean, I enjoyed the weekend. Yeah, so on Sunday, hanging out with my dad on Father's Day, watching football together with him. And on Sunday, I worked. And yeah, you know, for me, Saturday and Sundays are no different than a Monday, Tuesday. The only difference is other people are free. So I can hang out more with other people because I work in the weekend. If I don't have any social plans, I just do my thing because I love what I do and I prefer spending my time working if I don't have social plans. Yeah. When it is it's hard to hit the like button when it is a countdown clock. And still people somehow manage to find that button. But hey, the moment we go live, voila, time to hit it. No, Holden Totten, Maria, welcome. Dogan, welcome. Good to have you here. New member, by the way, Dogan Buster. Good to have you here. Nuzli Hakim, what's up? Victor Hari from South Korea. Been there twice. Busan for esports related activities. BNB, Yores, Abiyit, AK Blaze. Wow. 1200 booked, 50%. There you go. Good job, AK Blaze. Make sure to manage your trade well and treat yourself, right? Make it real. Because sometimes the money that you have on an exchange, the numbers, right? They might not feel real, but it is real money. It's not play money. Okay. So I spoke about the daily time frame earlier in the previous live stream and of course the video this morning. So I mainly just want to focus on the local scenarios, and there's only 2 scenarios I keep an eye on at the moment. And then we go into chatting and Q&A. So it's going to be very short. The time is 10.5 minutes. So okay, so here at the lows, right? We have a higher low, price hit the 886. Now, the most bullish scenario, of course, is that you start an impulse. In the live stream, so the live stream earlier today, so this afternoon, I mentioned the possibility for a diagonal here, but then price hit the 886, which is a rare target for a wave 2. Side note that if you do have a diagonal in a wave 1, wave 2 tends to be deep, but the 886 is still a very deep target for a wave 2 and remains a rare target from a probabilities standpoint. So if we are looking for an impulsive move to the upside, well, first of all, we like this volume to increase as price moves to the upside, right? We want to see that continue, and preferably your wave 3 hits at least the 1.618 at 68.1k. The 1.618 trend-based sub-extension taken from the low to the high of 1 to the low of 2 generally is a minimum target for a wave 3. We do like to see that one hit, and it is just around the daily as well, which is a little bit of resistance. Now, in this impulse to the upside for wave 3, what we are then looking for is a lower time frame, 1, 2, currently working on a wave 3. So eventually what we want to see is a wave 4, another move up in a wave 5 to at least the 1.618, right? Or we just continue, doesn't matter. Your most important resistance at the moment is this weekly naked point of control at 67k, right on top of the daily naked point of control, which is the light blue 67k. So it is a volume level, and the volume level is based on the previous price action of the last week and of the 14th, I believe, of June. So we have a bit of resistance, but this is the final resistance that I had in my box. So in this box, we mentioned earlier, right, price moved to the upside. We found support at my box here. I explained why I took the long trade here, right? Price moved up. I explained why I took the short trade, right? Just following the plan. And just now at the beginning of the stream, I explained why I took a long here. Now, feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to explain the reason why, and hopefully, you can use it in your trading one day. But the final area of resistance in this resistance box was the weekly naked point of control and the daily naked point of control. And we actually just missed out on hitting them with the high here. However, I have resistance zones. I don't trade just one level. So that's why my short was at the lower end of the zone, right? So just in case. So it got triggered, but we didn't hit the daily naked point of control nor weekly, which we have done now. So important resistance. If price can flip the resistance in support, well, the probabilities are high to move towards the daily and therefore the 1.618, which would be better for the bulls, of course, right? Now, keep in mind that we definitely want to see this area passed, right? Flipped, move to the upside, volume continuing, because the 886 remains a bearish fib level. So the bearish scenario is actually quite simple. I don't have it on my chart, but it's pretty much you look for a three-wave structure, no? Where you don't have a wave A, wave B, wave C. In this case, looking at the impulsivity, price hit the 886, which is a common target for a wave B or a wave X. It is a rare target for a wave 2, so it increases probabilities for a wave C to the upside, as explained earlier, of any move to the upside being a C or Y, to then look for price to move down sooner or later to take the low again. Right? Now, in order for these probabilities to change, you need to flip this resistance here, right? So the target area for your wave C, and then an A, B, and a wave C, is between the 1 and the 1.236 trend base fib extension, taken from the low to the high to the low. 66.9k, pretty much where we are now, to 67.4k. And in this area, your most important resistance is the weekly naked point of control, and a second, maybe smaller resistance, at least an area to keep in mind, but it's not as great as the point of control really, is at least this high, which of course is also in this zone. So it's good to know about the high in case you swing failure the high and move the opposite direction. However, if you pass this resistance, right, what can be interesting is pass it, maybe wick the high, maybe not, retest, look for signs of strength, and then continue towards the upside to create a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse towards the daily. So that can give a quite nice, quite simple support resistance flip long trade there. But currently we are simply at resistance. It's resistance until it's flipped to support. So it's simple as that. So this is your area for a wave C. So in other words, this is your bearish area. Now, as price is moving to the upside, the most important tip from an Elliott wave point of view is to wait for a range to form, as a range will give us all the information that we need. So at the moment, price here moving to the upside as or volume moving to the upside as price is moving to the upside. That's also what we like to see in an impulsive structure. But then eventually we want to see a couple of 4, 5. So currently the highest amount of volume is in the high. Now, arguably, we then have a double 1, 2 here. We have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We look for a 4, 5, 4, 5, right? We basically look for a range, another push, a 4, a 5, and then another range and another push to then finish an impulse 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to the upside, preferably then moving towards that daily, hitting the 1.618 that is also here at the daily. So that is an important level you want to see hit if you are bullish. Now the 1.618, by the way, is not an invalidation for a wave C. So trading level to level here, we have resistance, pass the resistance, flip it, proof of support, interesting to move to the daily. The 1.618 here is also still a target for a wave C. Something to keep in mind. If price, however, is moving past the daily, that is when the probabilities really increase for a wave 3 and move to higher prices, right? So your most common target area for C is this here, right? But still a target, relatively common still, is the 1.618. So in an impulse, that's actually funny because we got this question earlier today. Someone asked about the 618. And I explained the following, which is literally what we are going to look at right now. So if you have an A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3, you might not know what you're looking at. It might be a wave 3, might be a wave C. It depends on the retracement and the range that's going to form. Even if you hit the 1.618 trend-based fib extension, it's a target for a C and a 3. Now, generally, when we talk about probabilities, the most common target for C, as mentioned, is the 1 to the 1.236. So if we start ranging in this area and we stick around for too long, of course, right, the 1 to the 1.236 is a bearish target, increases probabilities for a C and moving down. If you move to the 1.618, more commonly a wave 3 target compared to C, but still a target for C as well. So it will increase the probabilities only slightly, really, for a wave 3. If you pass the 1.618, that is when the probabilities go up for a wave 3. So, like, significantly, right? So in other words, if you pass the daily, the probability is higher, you're in an impulsive structure, and you're going to be looking for a 1, 2, 3, and then eventually a 4 and a 5 at higher prices. So this is how probabilities change with regards to the fibs. Now, with regards to the retracement, once you get a range, right? So we look for a range. In an impulse to the upside, if we look for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, right? Then what we want to see is a wave 4, 5. In an ABC to the upside, what we look for is a deeper retracement to hit the 0.618 taken from the low to the high of 3. Hitting that 0.618 is an invalidation for a wave 4. I explained this like earlier in an earlier live stream why that is. So for an ABC, you want to hit the 0.618. In an impulse, you don't, because a wave 4, you don't want to invalidate a wave 4 in an impulse. So that is something to keep an eye on. So yeah, that is currently literally what we are going to do, right? So we keep our eye on the resistance area, price now slowly moving above the weekly naked point of control. We're in the target area for a wave C. What we're looking for is price to then pass this area, maybe a retest as well, maybe taking the high, look for a retest continuation if there's proof of strength, right? Quite interesting. Keep an eye on the lower time frames. Depends on your plan and strategy, right? Depends on what you trade, what tools you use and all that stuff. And then see if price has the strength to move to the 1.618, right? Slightly increases probabilities for a 3, but it's still a target for C. And if we can pass the daily, that is when we're going to be looking for an impulsive structure to the upside. And then a wave 1, 2, we look for a 3, 4, 5 to higher prices. Now, resistance above the daily is the weekly, and then the weekly naked point of control at 70.9K. Right? So this is currently what we're looking for. This is how the probabilities are changing as price gives us new information as well. I explained my reason for the long here, for the short here, and for the long here, which I did just before the analysis when I came home because I saw the strength. And just as a side note, it was because of this. Let me just get the picture. Not here. I wasn't interested here, but I was interested here when I saw this. Right. That was the entry, which was here, about 66K. So yeah. And now we just observe. And if there is an opportunity to compound, then I am definitely willing to. But yeah, I'm not really a compounder, more like a second position. I like to trade individual positions. I don't know. Of course, I'm gonna add to my, or not add. I'm gonna probably just launch a new position in that case. But for now, I have one running. The short that I had here, right? Of course, that one now is I'm out of that short. No, so yeah. Where is the? There we go. And if you have any questions, make sure to ask. So that's pretty much it. And there we go. Pin the message. Okay. Umar Hayat, welcome. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Yeah, where were we? What just happened? But this is this a? Yeah, so we pretty much explained this now with the analysis. AK Blaze 1200 booked 50%. Thanks to you, brother. I'm in a premium group. Look, I appreciate the thanks to you, of course. And we got a fly in the house. Okay. So of course I appreciate the thanks to you and the acknowledgement, but in the end, I am nor happy nor sad for wins or losses, of viewers, because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy, doing Elliott wave analysis online and showing his insights and experience, and hopefully it's useful for people. But of course, there's no signals or no financial advice. So you did it yourself. You traded based on your own analysis, and you made profit, and that's the way to go. No, that's the way to go. So I can only congratulate you for booking some solid profit. And now it's all about trade management. So make sure you manage it well. And if you eventually take some profit, do not forget to treat yourself as well, right? Murat, welcome. It made a new low on Femex. Yeah, maybe on some charts it did, on others it did not. And on mine, it didn't. But let's have a look on some others here. So if we go to, which one is this? Index. On index, we didn't. The index chart is a very good chart. I can definitely recommend to keep an eye on index. That's why it's the top of the other Bitcoin charts I have in this list. Bitstamp didn't. The Binance chart is always a weird one. Is this Binance coming up or Bybit? Bybit, never mind. Wow, even Bybit didn't take the low. What's happening? Not characteristic. Binance also didn't take the low. Yeah, what's up with that Femex platform? And also here on BingX, we didn't take the low actually. So interesting that that Femex did take the low. What's up, Murat? How you doing? Newest member. What's up, mate? Do we want to see a retest of the 1.2? What's the 1.2, Jason? Or you mean the 1.236 here? L for me. Back to work. As we always go. I mean, it sucks. A loss always sucks. However, it sucks less when we know that a loss is just part of the plan, right? It just happens. If you have a win rate of 50%, 60%, you're still going to lose 50, 40 trades. If you have a win rate of 40%, it's going to be 60 losses over 100 trades. But if your risk to reward ratio is good enough, you'll be profitable. So yeah, take it as one of the many. But the winners, of course, should outperform the losers. And back to work. Trading itself, I mean, for some, they sit the whole day behind the PC, but I also like to do other stuff besides my trading. Back to work to cover the loss as well. Umayyad, the CVD. Yeah, it's nice. No, it's very nice. Always like to keep an eye on CVD. And honestly, the trade I took the long is that was almost like a pure CVD trade. I'm not gonna lie. So I wasn't interested to trade the 15-minute CVD. because we touched the 886. So I had no interest to go long here at the low. And then locally, of course, we have bullish CVDs here, higher low, lower low, but also here, I don't have interest. We're on top of the 886, right? So I have no interest. But then once we moved away from the 886, and here higher low in price, lower low in CVD, that is the moment I was interested. That is when it changed for me. And you never know how high things go, right? But that is where my probabilities in my head were like, okay, I'm expecting price to still take at least this high, right? So the bullish CVD was here. I'm looking for price to at least take this high. We're in a local move up, change the market structure, bullish CVD here. But then when I see this candle, look at the volume, right? So I expected price to take this high because that's when CVD plays out. And then price moved out of the range on an increased amount of volume. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see what this does. I'm gonna hold on here. So interesting, no? And now let's see what's gonna happen. Just passing the weekly naked point of control, or at least attempting to on a 15-minute. Gonna refresh my chart quickly because it's a little laggy for me. What's up, AK? The analysis was done earlier, so also with what I'm looking for. So if I want probabilities to increase for the bears and price to move down. Okay, there we go. So for a short, or for the bears, what I want to see is, first of all, get back below resistance, right? Which can act as support if we start closing candles above and range on top. So first of all, lose the resistance, and then preferably lose it. And again, some bearish CVDs. I keep an eye on the ranges. So preferably this move up here is a wave 3 because of the volume, which means that locally we want to see at least a 4-5. So you at least want to see 1, 2, and then a 3, 4, 5. So if we take a fib from the low of 2 to the current high that we have and toggle on the 618, then the 618 invalidates an impulse, in other words. And of course, that is quite far down at the moment. But what you want to see, if this is an AB and then a wave C to the upside, is price to move down to touch the 618. It invalidates an impulse. But of course, one can already trade short earlier. You have to at least lose this area once again, and then preferably look for, in my case, if I want to go short, I need to wait for a range. I need to wait for info, give me a range, give me a bit of a move, and then show me, right? Show me the volume, show me CVD, show me waves, Elliott waves, show me fibs, whatever, and then I might get interested. Yeah. We almost took the high now as well. It's 67.3 here. If this move up turns out to be wave C, so next move is down to finish up the 5th. That would be something to look for in the diagonal scenario, at least. Yes. Let me have a quick look here. Channel, low. Yeah, we still have room to play with as well. And if I do this. If price moves up to 69k, a diagonal is significantly reducing in probabilities, because then we have to think about expanding diagonals, and an expanding diagonal is very rare. Seriga, I always love your questions. Also recently, thanks for asking about the mental question. Invisibility, teleportation, or flying. Which ability would you choose? Well, here's the thing. I think invisibility is more of an egoistic type of skill. So I would go for either teleportation or flying. Now, of course, teleportation means you're faster. Flying is the experience. If you can fly, you might be able to take someone with. I don't know. But I like the adventure of flying. So I would go for flying. But I mainly go for either teleportation or flying because invisibility is all about you. And if you can do teleportation or flying, you can visit other people and you can take potentially other people with. So I guess I would go for flying because of the adventure and experience, taking people along, or teleportation. I don't know ICP. That is an altcoin for the Sunday alt streams. I explained my opinion about selling. What's the count till today's low? I mean, from 72K, from the 72K top till today's low. Well, there's two options: either a diagonal or a finish WXY in this case because of the local move to the upside. So 72. So if you finish an impulse to the upside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you finish it here, right? Your bullish scenario would arguably be WXY, finish here, and then 1, 2, 3, and move back up to the upside. No, your bearish scenario would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5, more some sort of a leading a diagonal, right? To look for one more low and move towards the support box below. If you hit 69K, the diagonal is significantly reduced in probabilities. And if we are looking for an impulse on the 12-hour, then it is a very short wave 2 still. So preferably, this is not yet the low of your wave 2 if we are bullish, right? So in the bullish scenario, 1 second here. Where is it? This one. So we have our 1, you then look for a wave 2. Now the common target for 2 is the 05786. We didn't touch it, but your minimum target is the 382. It is uncommon, but it is a target nonetheless. But time-wise, also preferably, we actually range just a little bit longer because the 0.382 is oftentimes for waves a minimum target, as waves generally relate to one another in at least a 382 or longer time relationship, which is on the 22nd of June. So in other words, preferably, even in a very bullish scenario, you still like to range sideways, but then a bigger sideways structure, even if you do move up to 69. So, but yeah. First, keep an eye on the local price action here. Right, still hanging around at a weekly naked point of control. What do you think? RNDR, Leo. I analyzed RNDR. Where's my thing? In yesterday's live stream. So on every Sunday here, we have an altcoin stream, and you guys can vote for the alts, and RNDR was one of them. And I will do some more alts during live streams where Bitcoin is doing absolutely nothing. So if Bitcoin is just going sideways and nothing has changed, I will start to cover some more alts in the daily live streams as well. Not in this one because of the action on Bitcoin though. But yesterday, was it yesterday? Or the one before? Damn, I now have to check myself. We did RNDR. So what you actually want to do, in other words, is go to the altcoin playlist on my channel. I think yesterday we did near RNDR.amatic. That was yesterday. And then the live stream before with the Bitcoin logo, because I was doing Bitcoin, was Solana.and.vet. And then the live stream, altcoin stream before was INJ, Fetch, Link, Sui, Bonk. Before that, ETH, Sol, Matic, Doge, Dot, YGG, Jasmine, and IO. So yeah, I mean, I cover many. I generally put the alts in the title, so you can also look for the title. Where do you think price is going this week? Take it step by step, right? It's all probabilities. So at the moment we observe the probabilities locally and we know what to look for. But if we think about the time, right, compared to the first structure up, at least, I mean, it depends if you're looking for a 1, 2 or a WXY. In the previous update, I covered the daily in more detail and more different scenarios. But yeah, where do you think price is going this week? At the moment, it's moving to the upside. And if we want to look for downside, we first need to see for like some signs of weakness. So for now, we're ranging below the weekly naked point of control. And we take it step by step. But that's the thing with Elliott waves. You can't really say where's it going to be this day, where's it going to be that week, where's it going to be by the end of the year, right? It's probability. So on a weekly time frame, the probabilities are higher to continue the bull market, to look for higher prices from an Elliott wave point of view. On the daily time frame, the probabilities are also higher to take out the all-time high, at least first, before there is a scenario where you, after taking all-time high, move down below 56k. But the probabilities are higher on the daily to take the all-time high first, and then we'll take it from there. See if we get continuation, high amount of volume, blah, 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 or if we're going to start ranging and show weakness between 77 and 81k. And locally, here, I explained what we're looking for with the analysis earlier today as well as this one here, right? So at the moment, for an impulse, you're looking for at least a 4 or 5 continuation to the 1.618 as a minimum, preferably, right? This is a wave C target area. That's a bearish target area where we are now. If we have a range on the 5-minute, can I now trade long? If you have a plan or a strategy, you can of course long anywhere. I explained what I'm looking for. Now, depending on your own plan or strategy, you can make, of course, your own decisions. When I talk about waiting for a range, I at least wait for a range on a 50-minute time frame myself of at least a couple of hours. When should I enter as a spot trade after the correction? Depends on your plan and strategy. Okay, guys, I think it is time for me to follow up with the magical 6 steps that we always talk about. So, for everyone that asks about should I go long, should I go short, those type of questions, it is no problem you ask them. Feel free to ask that, right? But I can't answer it. I will always answer it with depends on your plan, because that is what trading is about. And I will give you 6 steps to have a very high chance, high probability of being a consistently profitable trader. And please execute on these 6 steps. If you want to be in this market for a long period of time and you want to make this your job, your work, your business, you can't go into YouTube channels and ask, shall I go long, short, right? You need confidence in yourself, in your own plan, your own strategy, which you must have developed preferably on data. Now, because of what I say right now, probably some people leave, and those are the people that are not going to be profitable anyway, because they're like, fuck, 6 steps, I now have to put work in creating a strategy. What's this guy talking about? He isn't giving me any signals. I better leave, which is very nice, because we also don't want these people on the channel, right? Because here we trade serious. We're serious traders. It's a business. We are long-term profitable. That's the goal. That's what we want to achieve. So we need a plan or a strategy. So, step 1. Try as many free tools as you can. On TradingView, preferably, right? Because there's so many tools available to you for free as well. Use the different tools here in the sideline, make them favorite, use your indicators, whatever indicators you want to use, but build experience. And that is going to take a little bit of time, right? Build the experience with the different tools, find some videos on how to use them, ask questions here in the chat, ask them in Discord, ask them in wherever, right? Other people's channels, look on YouTube videos, how to use Trendline, that sort of stuff. Step 2, this is where most people quit. Build statistics on some of your favorite tools. Based on your experience, you're going to be able to find your favorite tools. You will have a personal preference for channels, or for a volume profile, or for the RSI, CVD, the speed fan, Elliott wave, whatever, Elliott waves for God's sake, right? Trend lines. Now, on some of your favorite tools, start to build statistics, meaning get an Excel sheet out and start tracking statistics. And I'm happy to show you an example, because I have many Excel sheets with statistics in case you have no idea how that goes. But basically what you do is you write down VWAP, and then below you say, okay, if XYZ happens, so you write a statement, right? You write a statement. If the VWAP is touched, does it give me a bounce of 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, 2%, 2.5%, 3%, and then you just collect data. And now you have a column of statements, a column with yes, no, total, and then the percentage. And you're going to track statistics every single day. Back test, forward test. Now, even though this is the boring and annoying side of trading, this is what's going to help you the most. Unfortunately, most people don't want to build the statistics because they're lazy as fuck. They want to get a shortcut to being rich, which unfortunately doesn't happen in Bitcoin or in trading, right? Yeah, of course you have the lucky stories of, hey, I bought SHIB at like 0.00 and now I'm a millionaire. But come on, that's not what trading is. Long-term, consistent profitability. That's what you're aiming for. Build the statistics. Now, step 3 is combine some of your favorite tools and build more statistics, because now you're combining the tools, putting them together. You're going to combine a VWAP with a golden pocket and CVD divergences. I don't know, random. And whenever these 3 are combined, right, you track statistics, because now you want CVD divergences, you want the VWAP touched on top of the golden pocket. If these 3 happen, you track statistics, right? And now you're really building a strategy. Step 4 is tweaking, adjusting. So you add a tool, remove a tool, build more statistics, see if you can improve the risk reward ratio, the win rate, other stuff you want to look for. Step 5 is start trading the strategy with a low amount of money and work on your trading psychology. Right? Trading psychology. Get this one, Mental Game of Trading, Jared Tendler, right? So link is in the description. By far, in my opinion, the best book on trading mindset and psychology written. Much better than Trading in the Zone, in my opinion. This one gives you a step-by-step plan as well. So follow that plan, work on your trading psychology. And step 6 is increase your budget. And that is where you go and increase your portfolio slowly to get used to bigger losses. And now you're trading with a plan that you have developed yourself, which gives you confidence. You won't care at all what people online are going to do because you now trust yourself. You have the data, you have the back test, the forward test. You have traded it with a small amount of money. You prove to yourself you can do it because your trading psychology is on point. And now you can build. How long does this take? Can be very long, can be very short. Depends on the strat, right? So it can take a year. Yeah, can take half a year, can take 1 month. It depends on your style, your preferences, your way of collecting data. But please, if you want to be in this market long term, do not ask these questions, because I immediately know you're not going to make it. And you can better withdraw all of your money from the exchange and do either long-term DCA or investing, or just don't do anything with the markets at all, because you're going to lose 100%. 100%, no doubt. So it's the same question here. So any question that I see that has this, this type of question, just make sure that, that's my answer and I won't answer anything else. Build a plan. And that is also, by the way, what the Diamond membership is all about. It's helping people to create a plan, following the 6 steps in a lot more detail, obviously, because it's a membership. Just make the plan. That's what's going to make you profitable, right? The market, if you're a trader, also, the market is always there. As a trader, it shouldn't matter if price is at 100K or 10K. It's about the percentage moves. That's what's important. So as a day trader, even a swing trader, scalper, it doesn't matter. As an investor, it matters, because you're looking so long term. But as a trader, it doesn't matter where price is. I can trade Bitcoin at 10K, I can trade it at 100K. I'm not emotionally attached to Bitcoin. I just want charts that create volatility so I can trade the volatility, either short or long. What's up, Robot? If this is the C wave in the higher time frame, what count will we? If this is a C wave, because I don't actually have a C wave on the higher time frame, but if this is a C wave on the higher time frame and your C moves above all-time high, then a flat is the scenario you're going to be looking for, which means moving down below 56K. I gotta be quick here. I see. Did you took the long? Yes. But I didn't take it at the low. I took it at 66K. That's here, this red candle pretty much. That was my entry. Yes, Mirovsky, exactly. So I wasn't interested at the low because we touched the 886, and the 886, probability wise, rare for 2. Of course, you can have a C or Y to the upside still. So I wasn't interested here as well. Local bullish CVD was on top of the 886. But when price then moved up, this is where I got interested here. This is the range where I joined because of this. I posted this in the silver updates. That's like updates in between the content and stuff, right? Whenever things are happening, I posted there. And I wrote that this one here is not in, what did I read? So the first bullish CVD at the low, this one here, wasn't too interesting on top of the 886. Price finding at least some strength, and just now, creates a more local bullish CVD as it grinds up. Shows the potential to still take the very local high. Bullish CVD. And that is where I joined. Not sure. Why did you decide to teach Elliott waves? I like the question. So it has partly to do with how I studied Elliott waves. So Elliott waves is a lot of theory, and it is very difficult. One can't deny that the amount of theory one has to learn to master Elliott waves, and the amount of time it takes to get good in Elliott waves is enormous. And it's a lot more time than being good in a trend line or many of the other strategies, just because of its complexity. And when I studied, I had my notebook, I had my pen, and I had a website, but I did everything by myself. I never had a coach or a channel or a group. I'm not even sure if there were at that moment in time. But I did everything by myself, and that can be a struggle, right? At times. Also, just mindset-wise, like, fuck, I'm not getting it. I better just, I quit. And I actually, my first year, I quit for 2 months at the end of my first year because I didn't get it. And then after 2 months, I came back again. So the reason I like to teach Elliott waves is to help people to shorten their learning curve, either by answering questions on live stream, with the memberships, with the playlist that I have in case you are here and you don't know. I made a complete guide, everything you have to know about Elliott waves. It's just for free here on the channel. Check it out. It's a whole playlist, everything you have to know, the patterns, the retracements, the targets, the volume, the tips, whatever. It's all in there. And I want to help people to understand the complexity of Elliott waves, so that they can also enjoy the benefits of knowing Elliott waves, because it is so beneficial. It's so good to have that information in your toolbox. I think Elliott waves is amazing for trading. It's like reading a book. When I look at a chart, I immediately count. I cannot not count a chart anymore. And reading that book and then using that for the probabilities of my trades and then looking for other stuff to enter or exit, I mean, it's amazing. It's such a great tool, but most people are scared to start in a way because it's so much, or they lose motivation along the way, or they quit because they don't get it. And I think it's a pity. I think it's if they had a community, or if they had the right videos like the playlist, they hopefully experience Elliott waves. How can I say that? Hopefully it makes their education easier so that it can shorten the learning curve. They have a trustable, good source, and they can copy the fibs. They can use everything I use in live streams. They can go to the playlist here. They can do everything that I have. All the templates, of course, are also mentioned in that playlist. All the templates I have, because I use them on a daily basis. And hopefully all of this shortens the learning curve for people and helps them in their trading. And I love psychology. I love Elliott waves. I love helping people. Helping people has always been a central point in my career with all of the different things I've done. Medical student, helping. I had a small little business back in the day when I was a kid, where I got food from the shopping mall at the end of the day, which was left, and I would then give it to charity. And then, of course, becoming a doctor, helping parents with gaming children. Wrote a book about that one as well, by the way. And now in trading, it's the same. I just want to help. So hopefully the people that find it interesting, they learn something. They find it valuable. And yeah. I mean, it won't be for everyone. Not everyone subscribes. Not everyone will go through the playlist or study. But hopefully the ones that like Elliott Waves or enjoy seeing me do it, they might not have interest to do it themselves, but maybe they have an interest in the channel. They just like to see, oh, this is Koen, like he does Elliott Waves, and these are his probabilities and the scenarios, and okay, I now know what to look for. Maybe they never want to do it themselves, and that's fine because I do it for them, every video. So yeah. Hopefully it just helps people to understand Elliott Waves better, not be fearful of the complexity, enjoy the journey, be part of the community, check the playlists. I try to make things as easy as possible. Hopefully people will trade it. Do you see more volume on a wave 3 as a wave C? Not necessarily. When I compare a C and a 3, I generally not really look at the volume because a wave C does like to end on a high amount of volume as well. And the volume in a wave C can be very high. So the volume that we have here doesn't tell me anything about a wave C or a wave 3 at the moment. I look at the wave, right? So for an impulse, I need to see at least a wave 4 and a 5 to the upside, arguably a double 4 5 still. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, right? And in an impulse, you don't want to drop to the 618, which is at like 66k. You want to continue towards the upside. Of course, in a wave 3, if you look at an impulse itself, your wave 3 by far most commonly has the highest amount of volume. But then you got to compare C versus 3, and that's a question I answered earlier today. Okay, I said I was going to be quick, but that was, of course, a very long answer about why I do what I do. Andrew B, what's up? How you doing? How are you doing? If I go home to... Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah, nice one. Could it be that the wave X is unfinished as a flat? I know the scenario that you're talking about. But it's a bit low probabilities now. You really want continuation in that case, though. So, look, a wave C of an expanding flat is most commonly very quick, very spiky, right? High volume, scary, arguably, right? So if you look for your A, B, and then your C, as that is what you're talking about, most commonly your wave C is fast, is quick, is scary, or in this case, it creates a certain hype, and then you move the other way again to fake out people, right? And we have spent a long time at the low here, so I'm not really too big of a fan of a flat. Besides all means, though, it doesn't really change what we're looking for locally, because if you're looking for an impulse, you just want to at least move up to the daily. Right, the longer we stay around here, the worse it is, or the more bearish. It depends, worse or good depends on on the position you have, I suppose. Yo, Darpon, how you doing? Cheers, Dow. 6 steps, yup. My plan is to rely on Koen. I mean, feel free. Of course, you can rely on my analysis, but I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not responsible. Everyone clicks their own buttons, and I don't care if you lose or win. It's all you. Andrew B, he knows. And that's the goal. Hey, Dawa, if I look, you as a viewer, if I wake you up in the middle of the night and I say 6 steps, I want you to like bum 1 2 3 4 5. Ooh, hey, what's up, Thijs? How you doing? I had a meeting with Thijs earlier. So Thijs, for everyone that doesn't know, hopefully it's not going to create too much business for him, because I still want a potential spot. But Thijs is the owner of a company that is called Wedentify. So it's a marketing, branding company. Also the wife of Douwe, by the way, Maren, is a branding specialist, but also Thijs. And Thijs is one of the earliest members that I ever had on this channel. He joined in June last year, and here he is. He's still hanging out. So yeah, so this it's a Dutch website. Not sure if it's not English, but yeah. Anyway, this is the stuff that his company does. So it's marketing, branding related, and yeah, that's something I'm looking at. So I talk with multiple people. I spoke to Douwe, I spoke to Thijs. Tomorrow I have a meeting, and yeah, it's an interesting area of expertise. What's up, Sibel? Good evening. Goedenavond. Maor. Depends on your plan and strategy. Wait. What is step? I did explain what I would look for, by the way, at the beginning. So of course I want to flip the resistance, retest it, see bullish signs, and yeah, I'm happy to go into a long somewhere here, but you know, we have to pass the resistance, see signs of strength. What is step 4, 5, and 6? 4 is tweak and adjust. So add a tool, remove a tool to the strategy you're testing, and build more data. 5 is start trading it with low amount of money and work on trading psychology. And I very much recommend the book in the description. It's the first book I have in the list as well, Mental Game of Trading. It's the first book in the list. Reason is because, in my opinion, that is the most important book you can read. So that's why it's top of the list. And then step 6 is start trading it, or sorry, increase your portfolio size. Sibel from the beginning, good to see. Do you use cycles? I mainly use Elliott and Fib retrace, but I also use Fib time. So I don't use cycles, but I do use time. Yes. How long did you trade until you became profitable? That's a good question. So in my first year, I lost just a little, like because my risk management has always been quite good. I never blew an account. I think at the end of my second year, that's like 1.5 to 2 years. That's where it started to shift, because I got a better understanding after 1.5 years, and after 1.5 years. So I have another strategy besides Elliott Waves. I have a data-driven strategy as well, and that one was pretty much done. In development after about 1.5 years, and that one is a profitable trading strategy. And then with regards to Elliott Waves, in like 1.5 to 2 years, that is where I started to also be profitable with Elliott Waves. Due to its complexity, it just took a long time. The 57k low. Yeah, it's an interesting low as well. Lots of 886 touches there. You offer, what's the difference between them? Yeah, so I can summarize this in a short amount of time, but I do recommend to click the join button below, and I give more of an explanation, because it's a 10-minute video where I explain everything. But in a nutshell, silver are the short-term updates. So in between the content, if there's anything happening, or I get a new idea, or I see something, or I'm brainstorming, I put it in silver. So they're always ahead. They always know things first. They always, like, for example, this was posted in silver. So I took a long here myself. I didn't say that I took a long because I'm not a signal service, but I did say, like, I'm looking for price to at least, move up. So, and I just happened to take a position, but this was posted in silver at that moment in time, where I said, I'm not interested in this bullish CVD divergence, but this one, right? Interesting, because we have a grind up. Now that's the kind of stuff, right? But also if there's a new scenario, if I'm looking at the chart and I think of a new scenario, or probabilities are changing, we're flipping support, resistance, whatever. So silver, short-term updates in between content. And gold is all about shortening the Elliott Wave education cycle of you. So if you want to learn Elliott Waves, but you want to learn it in a shorter amount of time, then that's where gold comes in, because I give a lot of feedback. I answer questions, give a lot of feedback to people's charts. We have private live streams where I cover questions look at altcoins, show people how I do certain things. So it's a lot more personalized. And Diamond is all about building a strategy, building a plan, right? Becoming long-term profitable by having that plan. Other people create a plan, so it's a community of people that are working on themselves, but also you will find my strategy and plan in there. And in the morning, I always post a setups update of what I'm looking for the rest of the day. Of course, if you have diamond, you also have gold and silver. If you have gold, you also have silver, right? So in diamond, it's all about creating a plan, creating a strategy, helping people to develop it with all the files and tools they need, but also have insights in my strategies. So they have, first of all, an example. They can also use it if they wish to, but they can also use it as an example of, hey, okay, so this is how Koen does it. This is how he's trading. He provides the setups update so they can see how I do things. Which is a valuable thing to see. Like, how does someone like myself use all of that information to trade? Yep. So yeah, that's it. Where's your TP? I got a long from the low. Well, this here is a TP1 area in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, and I of course manage my positions, but whatever. So my TP1 of course is the resistance, because this is a potential wave C area. So of course I take a TP1 here, and if it moves, it moves. Stop loss is break even. I don't want to see it go all the way down to 66k. That would be bearish. I first want, in an impulse, I look for price to continue up. So TP1 is taken, and I just let it go. Yeah. Is there a trick to see the pattern better? I think it's more experience. First of all, thanks, Christian. But I guess it's more experience. Because I'm doing Elliott waves for so long now, every day, and every day for many hours. The better your understanding of the theory, the quicker you'll move on the chart. So it doesn't happen often. But sometimes during a live stream, I'm doing some live analysis, and you will see me think of something new and then pop, and put it on the chart, and then I can immediately give it a probability, but that's all experience. At the beginning, I sucked, guys. So I might look like a great Elliott wave analyst nowadays, but man, I was nowhere. I quit for 2 months. I labeled every corrective structure ABC. Man, I didn't even know what WXY was. Fuck. So it took me a lot of time to get the hang of Elliott waves. I'm not kidding. But I did it, right? And now I reap the benefits of all the effort and energy I put into it. But holy shit, I sucked. Sometimes I open a chart and I see my very old analysis. It's shocking, yo. Like the fibs I use and all just the way I analyze with Elliott waves. Nowadays it's a lot more clean and better overview and calm. So I mean, is there a trick? No, it's just it's if you have the patterns in your head and you know the fibs and all that stuff, then it's just your mind. Your mind comes in. Nizli, from bronze to silver, from support to the second step on the podium. Yo, Nizli, thanks for joining silver. Welcome to the team. Make sure, by the way, Nizli, to send me a email, right? koenztrading@outlook.com with your YouTube, Discord, and Telegram, if you have it, username, and then after the stream, I can bump you up to silver, so I can get you sorted. Thanks, man. Welcome to the team. What is your take on, I guess, algorithms? I mean, if you want to trade using algorithms, I guess there's a way to make them work. I just don't have experience. So I think like bots, AI, algorithms, yeah, I think they absolutely work in the hands of the right person. But I don't have that experience myself. Yeah. Pleasure, Suhil. Good to have you around again, by the way. Ooh. Is there a possibility that AI and development and superbots trade Elliott waves automatically without humans? Ooh, I don't yet think there is a AI or superbot just yet that can trade the complexity of Elliott waves. Now, obviously, I'm not sure, because if there is, it's definitely not a trading view indicator, because all the trading view indicators for Elliott waves, where the indicator counts the waves, right, they're really bad. They're very bad. If you study Elliott waves for 1 week, you will outperform any indicator on TradingView. Now, I do like people putting effort in trying to create an indicator. It's just not, it's far from ready, far from tradable, far from Elliott waves. It's not even Elliott waves. So I think AI should be a possibility, but you would of course need to feed it so much data on all the time frames, because of course every time frame is different wave structure. But it should be possible. But if there is something like this, it's definitely not public as far as I know. I would love to check it out if there is, because of course I'm curious. I love Elliott waves, and if there is something I can recommend, I would love to recommend it. If there's an Elliott wave AI developed by someone, I mean, and it's a good one, that person should deserve all the credits, you know. And I'm happy to recommend the indicator or the bot or the AI to people learning Elliott waves. But so far there has been no indicator, AI, bot, whatever, that even comes close to doing Elliott wave analysis yourself. Yeah. Listen to one of the keynotes. Dawa, listen to one of the keynotes. Are you watching one of my keynotes? Maybe the ones from there's like a few from America on YouTube, I believe. I'm a global keynote speaker. Nuno, Christine, thank you so much. Koen, sincerely wish I clicked on your thumbnail sooner. It would have saved me so many sleepless nights crying alone in the dark. Hopefully not anymore, Christine. But thanks for coming in, first of all, and being so active as well. Right? It's so nice to see that new people find the channel and are very excited about Elliott waves. Engage. You know, I always see the comments. I also always reply to every comment, every question, at least as long as I can. But so far I can. But cheers, Christine. Crypto market is very manipulated or not? I'm personally not a believer in manipulation, because the problem with manipulation or saying AI or bots, or it's not going to help you. That's the problem. If you think the market is manipulated, that's okay, but then what? You know, it's not going to help you in your plan. It's not going to help you in your strategy. It's not going to help you in your trading. It's not going to help you with nada, nothing. So it puts, usually the word manipulated comes in when people lose and they're like, oh, it's so manipulated. They wicked my stop loss and now price moves in the direction I expected. They just go after my little $1 position liquidity. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, that's bullshit, right? So, yeah. I understand where it comes from, but I don't believe in it. In that case, every market is manipulated. Every market has big institutions, has multi-million or billion-dollar traders. It's not just crypto in that case. But then again, it's all about having a plan. And usually the people that talk about manipulation are the people that don't have a plan. And then put the blame on external factors instead of looking at themselves and what can I improve and how can I move my stop loss and how can I make sure I don't get wicked and how can I make sure to become better, and look inside yourself instead of looking at external factors. Oh, it's the AI, oh, it's the bots, oh, it's manipulation, oh, it's the institutions fucking me over. It's not going to help you. So even though, like, if it's real or not real, if it is the case or not the case, it's not going to help you in your trading. So in the end, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Trading in the Zone. I have the book, but I personally prefer The Mental Game of Trading because it gives you a clear system on how to work with your trade or how to work on your trading psychology, which I can really recommend. And it also covers every psychological problem like that's possible. Like it's really detailed. It's so much better in my opinion than trading in the zone. Now of course Mark Douglas is a legendary trader, like big credits to him. It's just that the book feels very outdated compared to what you'll read in the mental game of trading, in my opinion. And also trading in the zone doesn't really give you a plan. It just says this is what you should do. Yeah, I know, but how do I work on myself? And the mental game of trading has a step-by-step guide that helps you to work on your trading psychology, gives you a lot of insights about yourself, your mental, certain phases you're in with regards to price action, which then gives you the insights to change things as well. Besides the fact it literally covers every psychological problem. Now, I don't know Jared. I'd love to meet him one day. I don't know Jared. I'm not like affiliate of his company, right? He's a psychologist. I'm just a big fan of his work. And like I just mentioned, if someone comes to me and can show me something that's really good, I'm happy to share it because I think there's a lot of value. This book for me has a lot of value. I don't know how many people have bought the book because of me, but it's like it's worth it. Like I wish Jared all the success. Because it's just he delivered a very good product and it helped me in my career. Of course, the links in the description are affiliate links, but that's an Amazon link. So of course, if you buy something, I get like, I don't know what, like maybe €1 or something. And at the moment, so far, it hasn't worked yet. I don't even know if the affiliate links work. I never earned something, so I still have to somehow test it. If you do, by the way, get something, please let me know, so I can actually test it, because I don't even know if the links work. I want to send you my studies on counting. How can I send? That would be a Discord scalper. But also scalper, if you want me to test, like I'm happy to in Discord also, check some counts and stuff. But Gold is the main place where I give all the feedback and stuff. So I am active in Discord if I do get a question. But of course it's time related, and in Gold, that's where I make time. Workshops. I actually never... Wait, very good book. Yeah. Also, Trading in the Zone, like the author, Mark Douglas, has some good videos on YouTube. How can this be an NNC when we touched 09? As long as the low isn't taken, a zigzag is still a possibility, as the 886 is a target for a zigzag U-sport. So the invalidation for a zigzag is taking out this low. And on most charts, that didn't happen. So that is why at least a zigzag is still considered. Do you even consider of showing your trades, how much you make and what platform? The platform I use is in the description. So the first link in the description is the Koens Trades channel, which then can lead you to the Koens Setups channel. So in the Setups channel, I talk about, which is free, by the way, I show the setups that I find interesting from an Elliott wave point of view, and I explain why. And of course, I take them if I see what I want to see, and I don't take them if price reaches that area of interest, but I don't see what I want to see. So I don't write if I take a trade or not, but I do write why is this interesting, and why do I keep an eye on a certain setup. And the last two was here, so in the Koens Setups channel. So we had the long from the low and then the short from the high. I explained why as well in the story here. So yeah, in the Koens Trades channel, I post the trade. I have to update this. Like my last picture is so long ago, like this one. So I definitely have to update, but because I took a lot of trades in the meantime. But I have no interest in. So this is a personal opinion. But everything about someone's portfolio size, the profit, the losses, it's personal. I don't know why people want to share that. They probably just want to share it because they want to look good or they want to look bad. I don't need it. If people don't trust me, then don't hang out on the channel. If people do trust me, then hang out. And if you look at my counting and the videos, if you look at the Koens Setups channel, if you're in Diamond, where I also post setup updates, you will very, very quickly understand that I am not a losing trader. I'm a consistently profitable trader. And I'm happy to be already consistently profitable for a very long time. But I don't have to prove myself to anyone. I'm confident in my skills. I'm happy earning money. People can either learn or hopefully learn something, and that's fine. But I like all the money stuff is private. I don't want people to know how much money I have. I don't want them to know how much money I make or lose when I lose a trade. But the platform, so the first link is setups. The second link is the main trading platform I use, which is BingX. So I trade on BingX myself. That is my main platform. I've been there for ages already. Love the platform, great liquidity, always accessible, even during very volatile moves. It's by far my favorite platform. But for the users and the feedback, I also got platforms that are non-KYC, BTCC and Blofin. Very good platforms as well. And Bybit for spot trading, which is possible in the Netherlands. You can't trade futures on Bybit for Dutch traders, but you can spot. So spot trading is the Bybit partners, or Bybit is the spot trading partner, let's say. And if people want to support the channel, then they can register through a link, and and if they don't want to support the channel, just go online, look for BingX, Blofin, BTCC, or Bybit, and you just just check it out. Would you still be in this channel after the bull? Oh yeah, man. I went. So let me tell you something funny here. I invested. So when I started back in the day, right? So I had one bit. Well, actually not. I had about, how much money did I have? I think I had like 19K, very early days, and I put everything in my account. All my savings, all my shit was in my account, and I took a long on ETH. I was so emotional attached to what I was. It was the most stupid trade I've ever done, by the way. I couldn't sleep till 4 a.m. because I was so nervous. My whole money was on the line, everything. My liquidation was my stop loss, which of course is not recommended, but I was such a noob. And I was living in Amsterdam at the time with my now wife, and oh boy, was that a stupid trade. But I made money, and because of the money, I was able to buy 1 Bitcoin. So I got a Bitcoin, and then what happened is I pretty much held on to 65K. Nice. But of course, at that moment in time, I was still learning, right? I was still in my first year. I didn't know shit. And I didn't sell, of course, because, all around me, I wasn't confident yet in myself. So of course, all around me, I was, looking, and everyone was always talking about 100K and 200K and 500K. And I was like, oh, nice. And then eventually price started to move down. Now I got better in my trading, which kind of made me forget about my spot position. But then it went all the way down to 30K, and then it went all the way up again to 69. So I went like, So I don't care. Bull run, bear market, bull market, bear market. I'm there. I went through one cycle. Can't get much worse. Nowadays I know better. Balls like King Kong. Oh, there you go. That's a username. Cheers. Welcome. I've been slowly learning Elliott over the last 6 8 months. Finally add some wave targets to my own charts. There you go. I love to hear progress. Congrats, Newell. And keep it up. Keep it up. 6 to 8 months. It's a good amount of time, right? Keep going. So now you can already add some targets of your own, and before you know it, you're completely self-sustainable counting the chart. Please check your email, scalper. I saw one email, but it's not worth replying to me. You're not a member. I do not do personal analysis. I can't. So you've sent a chart, I believe, and then ask if this okay, is this not okay? But that's what the gold membership is for. So I'm happy to answer questions in Discord if there's a question. But of course, my time is limited, and I so far answer as much as I can, and I try to answer everyone and help out. So I'm very open, very public. I'm very active in Discord. I always reply to everyone. But if you want a very personalized experience and answer a lot more questions and everything, then please go to Gold. So I can DCA. What's up, Goldshort? It's a personal opinion. Everyone has their own way of running a YouTube channel, but I don't need it. I don't. Yeah, I think it's private. So I will. It was in the past, but thanks, Lasha, for appreciating it. It was in the past, but cap is too big for that. Trading in Zone puts these seeds, then you search and learn about yourself. Yeah, and that's what I like about the book, the Trading in the Zone. So Trading in the Zone is a good foundation, but the mental game of trading is like a next level. But it's both recommended books. I both have them in the book list below the stream, Trading in the Zone as well. Okay, MotoGP. I've been there once. With my biker buddy, we went on our bikes. I'm a biker myself, so it's a great experience. MotoGP in Assen. It's really cool. Nice that you like it. Yo, Andy, why didn't I see it at the top? I didn't see it, but Andy, cheers. Thanks for the 39, man. I don't know the currency, but thanks, Andy, for the support. Appreciate it. It's not the first time as well. Sold his bike to put money in Bitcoin, by the way, Andy here. Instead, he's spending it on a live stream. I met Jared and Koen. Did you now? I'd love to meet Jared. Maybe I just have to write Jared a message and say like, yo, man, I always talk about your book. Can I please get a signed copy or I'm a fan. Can I please get a signed copy or whatever? Can I meet you somewhere? Whatever. I'll fly to the UK, meet up. What age did you start trading? In that case, January 2021. Do you trade with leverage? Yes. We are sticking around this level for a long time. Increased probabilities of a move down. Well, we still want to see a wave 4 in a bullish scenario. So this range, of course, can either be a 3-wave move up, ABC, or a wave 4. So preferably in a bullish scenario, you have 1, 2, 1, 2, right? A double 1, 2, because the highest amount of volume is in the latest move up. So preferably you look for 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So that this wave 4 is matching the wave 2 we had here. And then another up. So in other words, we want for the bulls at least one more high. I mean, the probabilities, you almost took out this high as well. So I would say so far probabilities are still high to take out that high. No? What are we doing here? No bullish CVD at the moment. Wait a minute. Yeah, I mean with the green candles, but I don't really like. I would like to see price locally start grinding up again and then create local bullish CVD. But at the moment, it's a short sideways range just below resistance. Closed one candle above, failed. So if we continue ranging here, but we start to create some bullish signs, that of course would be positive. Well, that would be good to see. 1 second here. My wife is currently on the airport. I want to keep an eye on what's up. Koen will do workshops when he owns the bed and breakfast in South. Actually, Mark, you know that I got that question seriously already a few times. If I can do an offline event where I teach people about Elliott waves, first of all, but also people asking about more like, how do you decide when to enter, when not to enter? Like it's pretty much a combination of gold and diamond in an offline event. I mean, I never really considered it, but it could be quite cool to meet up people from the community and do something like that. How can I join your community? Where can I see your trade? First link in the description, Elliott Trades. Crystal, Christine, I probably have many questions. No, feel free to ask them. Do you see yourself stopping with the koenztrading channel? What would make you stop? I don't actually. Like, I love engaging. I love answering questions. I'm a big fan of live streaming already. I was a professional gamer in the past for 11 years, and live streaming, I loved live streaming. So now I do it, but Elliott Wave related. I don't see myself stopping, at least not anytime soon, for sure. So nah, I don't know. It's a journey, and it's a journey we kind of like run on all together, because the channel exists because of all of you, really, you know? Being here all the time, like making it lively, asking the questions. I don't know. Like, currently we're at, I don't know, how much are we? 11 point something thousand subscribers. I don't know. What are we at? We are at 11,000. It has to refresh. 11,980 subscribers. Holy moly! So almost 12,000. That's insane. Now, you know, the channel is, and that's in about a year and then a few months. So it's incredible, and I love the fact that people find it useful, because else people wouldn't subscribe. So they see value, and I'm happy to provide value and help people, which that's all I really love doing. So of course, as the channel grows, I will need help. I can't do things alone anymore. So we have Mark Dutch and maybe a Band-Aid as moderators here on YouTube, but eventually, there needs to be a team. I don't have that experience in the content scene. But 100K, 1 million subs, I don't know, we just go. And what would make me stop teaching? I think I wouldn't say stop teaching, but I think I would start to upload a lot less content, potentially the moment that family starts to, like, you start having a family, not like baby wise, but once kids start to actually do stuff and get out there, and they have football matches during the week and training matches, and they have theater, and when the kids are older, I think that's a moment where I might reduce the amount of updates from 3 to 2, because of the time that you want to be there for your kids. Like, I have the freedom to do that, so I want to make the most of it. So, and I don't have kids, by the way. We're not planning kids anytime soon at the moment, but I would reduce the amount of content when I have kids that are a little older and do stuff, because you want to spend time with family. Yeah, I think, but that's still many years. What is your theory on why Elliott waves work so well? I've been trading for years and I've been kind of resistant to learn them, yet it seems like all the best traders use it. I think Elliott waves gives you a way to read the market. So it gives you it's like reading a book. You can use it on the higher time frame, Graham. So you can be like, okay, I use it on a weekly to identify the trend and see the strength of the trend and what wave we're in, and if we can still expect further upside, and you can trade in that direction. You don't have to, of course, be as specific as I am. For example, you can just stick around on a weekly time frame, identify the trend and trade it, or know what wave you're in, which can help you with how long you hold a trade. But why Elliott waves work is the psychology of the market, as in the end, the waves we count are formed because of price action, and price action in a nutshell is buying and selling, which is done by people most of the time. Of course, you have the bot on there, but behind everything there's a guy touching the buttons as well. So yeah, I guess it's based on psychology. And even though generations change and decades are different, technology changes, the psychology of a mass group of people is the same. Yeah, it's a very interesting psychology question as well. Must be important. I think it would be good to have in your toolbox, even if you just know the basics. Yo, Andy. I know it's Andy because of the thumb or the picture. Andy, mate, after the 39er, welcome to gold. Top step, man. Cheers. Welcome to the gold team. Yeah, the gold squad. So send me an email. koenztrading@outlook.com. Give me your YouTube, Discord, Telegram username if you have Telegram. And I'll get you sorted after the stream. Welcome to the team, man, Andy. What's up? Been here for a while already. Joining gold. Cool to see. 1 second here. Just chatting to my wife on WhatsApp here. It has to happen, right? It has to happen. Spending a lot of time with you. Okay. So she's currently in an airplane. So that is why, well, you know, she still has to leave, but... How do I join? Oh, there's a join button below the live stream. And that's where you get more information. Yeah, that's the way to go. And then the setups updates, that's completely free. That's the first link in the description. That's setups update. That's free. The only thing I ask people is to register through one of the links on the platforms, the partners that I have. So it's at least like a mutual, you know, I give a lot of value in there. And once you're in there, you're forever in there. But, you know. So, yeah, that's the only thing I ask. Other than that, it's completely free. So, yeah. But the membership is the join button. Can a wave 5 be a 3-waver in an ABC? No. So a wave 5 has to be a 5-wave structure. Oops. In either a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or a ending diagonal where all of the waves are 3-wave structures. So you have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and then a 5. So inside a wave 5, you can have 3-wave structures, but you need 5 of them. You can't have a 3-wave structure, and that's the end of your wave 5. Trackmania, Kenny. If you look for Koens Trackmania, you'll find a lot of stuff. not too many people know, but yeah, I was, by the way, not anymore. I was. So if you look for Koens Trackmania, because that's where Koens come from. It's not because of YouTube that the name Koens Trading is out there. I already had Koens in the gaming industry, and it's a brand in the gaming and esports industry, which is the reason I use it for my trading. So Elliott trades pattern up. Join button below the video. But is it possible for it to be a wave 1 forming? But even if this is a wave 1, we actually still want to see a 4 and a 5, right? So preferably here, you have your 2, you want to see a 4 and a 5. Now, let's have a look at the targets for a 4, right? So this is up. So we want to at least see one more high. The 236 to the 0.5 is your common target area. So 66.8 to 66.2K. The 618 is your invalidation. So it's no problem for price to range here. One more. Oh, wow. Look at the volume traded here at the high. Point of control is now here, all the way here as well. Interesting. Oh, we had a bearish CVD here. Lower high, higher high on blue. It plays out if you take this low though. But preferably if bearish, you want to see a bit of a continuation, grind, and then bearish CVD, bearish CVD, bearish CVD. Yeah, would be nice. But yeah, you're moving below the point of control now. The next area of high volume is 66.2, but you don't want to touch 66K. Yeah. Do you ever feel like you're forcing the patterns onto a chart rather than them naturally being there? Maybe it's because I'm new to them, but sometimes the ways seem so massively different. No, because, so in my case, whenever a structure is not too clear, I zoom out. And then I zoom out to the structures that are clear. So instead of trying to force something into a structure that I'm not sure about, right? Or I mean, you can never be 100% sure, but if it's a very unclear, messy structure, and you will see it in my content, most of the time I won't count the structure and I stick around on the higher time frame, and then once things become more clear, I go to the lower time frame again. It helps me to avoid forcing counts. It also just helps me with clarity, because I don't want to put a lot of time in trying to count a lot of messy price action, because there's no value in there. Like it's not gonna help me out in any way. So a great example was the weekend here, Saturday, Sunday. This price action, mate, I don't care. I wasn't involved there. Very messy. I didn't count all of this. The only thing, for the ones, you can check the video made on the 2nd of June. I had a support box here with a monthly point of control. We touch the box and we lift off, and that's interesting. But I didn't count pretty much most of this. It's too messy, and I didn't want to force things. I'm not really someone that likes to force a count onto a structure. So the moment things are not clear, I tend to zoom out. 1 second here. Just talking to my wife, by the way. If you wonder what. Reals. If we don't break the resistance, go for the lows again. Still the potential for a diagonal to the downside here, moving to the lows. Next area of support is 63K to 63.5 to 62K. Wait, Andy? Oh, right. Okay. I was like, wait, is Andy here? Bitcoin Census? Cheers, Andy, again. Welcome, man. Right before work. Morning coffee, watching some coons, becoming a member. 4 more likes to the 100. Really? I think we may have already passed it. 99. One more. Who's going to be number 100? Dasa Gaming, how you doing? Hunter. Yeah, it's also almost 10 p.m. here. I actually got to go. Can inside W be a WXY? No, that's not allowed. So if people count a WXY inside a W or a wave Y, then they don't follow Elliott waves, unfortunately. So you will immediately recognize if they actually know the rules or if they don't, which also helps you who to follow and who not to follow. So you would need to count a structure differently. So there must be another way to count it. So in other words, it should be recounted. We get an alt run after we take a or other chart. Yeah. So with the alts, I would like some of the alts to take the wick. So some of the alts had a very impulsive, like fast, high volume move down and then started ranging sideways for a very long time. It would be nice for most of these alts to actually grab the low of that wick, which is something that I would like to see. I haven't checked the alt charts, to be honest, but it would be something I like to see. But 57K, I mean, if you move down that far, you're going to take the alts with you 100%. So if you go down to 57, the alts are going to tank. And then maybe once you range at 57, you might get an mini alt season, right? But if Bitcoin goes from 66 to 57, the alts will tank as well. That's a big move. So Bitcoin moving down to 63, 62, that's fine, right? 60. But if you go all the way down to 57, that's quite far. It will take the alts with, but then once Bitcoin stabilizes, that is the potential for the alts, right? That's where you then want to see the strength. So after the move on Bitcoin. So with regards to alt runs, yeah, I'm not really following alts along, and if they are where they are in their cycle with regards to the alt season, but there's definitely, like, most of the alts have higher time frame bullish counts and expected to run higher. The altcoin stream yesterday. Let me have a look. So I did an altcoin stream yesterday. Oh wait, it's not yesterday. Yesterday I didn't do ING. ING is already a few streams ago. I'm quickly checking here. There we go. So this was June 9th. So what you can do is just search on the channel. So this is the live stream with ING inside. Cheers, Graham. Offline? No, it can't. Not allowed. WXY and a W or Y, guys, is not allowed. Following the official rules of Elliott waves. It's not allowed. You have to count the structure differently. 66.5. Yeah, where we are now. I mean, we're at resistance. So where's your resistance box? Oh, it's right here. I just turned the boxes off. So there we go. Is it still daylight there? Yeah, it's 10 p.m. now. In summer, the days are very long, which is nice in the Netherlands. See my one like and it's 100. Oh, wait. I have to keep talking to my wife. Oops, to my wife, because they're moving in the airplane now. Are we going down? It's all probabilities. So we are at resistance at the moment, right? Obviously not a place to buy. And yeah, there's definitely that potential. We have some bearish CVDs as explained. These have now played out because price took this low, right? Lower high, higher high, bearish CVD, price moving to the downside, played out because we now took this low. So okay, so that one is sorted, that one is checked. And yeah, so far resistance holding inside the wave C target area. And if you do move down to 66, you invalidate an impulse as well. Can can be a triangle, only normal or extended. I'm not, Mirko, I'm not sure what you mean with the question. I guess, can a triangle be normal or extended? I recommend, with regards to triangles, to go to the playlist here, right? View the full playlist. So this is a full, like everything you have to know. And here I have 4 videos about the triangles. So contracting triangle, running triangle, barrier triangle, and the expanding triangle. So those are all the triangle options that you have. Alts is for Altcoin Sunday. DAOs. What do you mean, Chanasak? Where's the invalidation 86? At what price? Oh, no, the invalidation is the 618 taken from the low to the high at 66K. The moment you hit the 618, probabilities are higher to move down once again and take the low. In the end, we already touched the 886 here, which is noteworthy, of course, for a potential C up. I mean, even in a C, it would be nice to take the high, really. You're so close. It's a double top at 67.3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just grab the liquidity and take it from there. So even in a wave C, you preferably look for A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then grab the liquidity above. So yeah, we're just ranging here for now below resistance. If there was flat X, I like the question, Young PC. Oh. They're going. Okay, give me 1 second here. Let's see if I can quickly call her during takeoff. Okay, and we're back. So Young PC, what I do in that case is if you have a wave X, right, whatever X is, and then you have a wave Y, which is a triangle, what I then like to do is get the target and I combine both the lowest point and the last point. Now officially you'll take the last point, which then is the higher low, but I like to get a little bit of a more flexible target area. So what I then do is I take it from then, the low to the high to then the low over here, right? And then wait, let me do this differently. So we have our X, right? No, I think I need to do this good. So we have a W, we have an X, and then we have a Y. Okay, and then we look for, so what, and by the way, in a WXY, you're not comparing X to Y. You're talking about a wave 4 and 5. How would you draw the target? 1.236 for a wave 5 from the start of W. Young PC, you're talking about a wave 4 here, right? So this is your wave 4 WXY ending here. So your question is, do you use this or do you use this, right? I think I get you now. I think that's it. So in that case, right, the 1.236 to the 1.618 target is taken from the start of your W, right? And then what I like to do is take it to the lowest point. And the reason is that I prefer to have a bigger target area. So now this is my target area. And what I then do at the same time is pull another one from the start to the end, or the lowest point of your Y. And then I remove the 1.236 of this pool, and I remove the 1.618 of this one. So it gives me a little bit more target, a little bit of a wider target area on the chart. So a bit more flexibility, which is nice to have. Which goes beyond the end of W. Wave X is a flat, okay, so we have a W, and then you have your X being an A, B, and then a wave C. But we're talking about a wave 5. So wave 5 of what? Because in a WXY, your wave 5 is going to be a wave 4, and then you look for 5 to the upside. Unless you talk about wave 5 inside C of X. I'm not really getting it. Now I take it from the start of W, the start of 4. So I take the fib for 5. So if we're looking for 5, right? And here's 4. We're looking for WXY, and then I take it from the start of W. I'll explain myself. Okay. Wait, I have this somehow, like this little fly like found its way inside as I had the window open earlier. Maybe I can catch him later. And there we go. Price can go up very quick, can go down just as quick. The Fox, why block? You're not blocked, my friend. I think you are using words in your comment that YouTube banned. So then your comment is automatically removed. So it's what you write, my friend. Cheers, Martin. Usually it's from the start of X. You don't use X, mate. So this is what's confusing you. I don't know why you pull something from X. You don't use X. The target for your Y is used by comparing it to W, and the target of your wave 5 is used to pull like from W to your lowest point. If your WXY is a wave 4, you can't pull something from X for Y. I don't get it. Usually it's from the start of W to the end of Y. If the B wave of the flat is the lowest point, yeah, but this is, yeah, I know what you mean, but this is details. So you have your zigzag, W, A, B, C in a flat, right? And then you have your Y. And then the question is, what do we do with 5? Wait, why do I get a... And then I would do exactly the same. So even though this is a lower low, so we're talking about a wave 5 now, right? So in that case, you can take one from the start to the end of your Y, right? Oh, not that. Which gives you a target area from the start to the end of your wave 4. But I always like to also have from the start to the lowest point. Preferably actually an X. If this is a confirmed B, I don't like to use B because it's a it's a corrective low. I prefer to use W, but you can, to have a bit of a bigger area, target area. So what you're looking for now, this is on the bigger scheme of things quite irrelevant, because you're looking for a target area. And I like to use both the pool here, and then I also use a pool here to give me a bit of a bigger target area on the chart, which means that in this area, I will then look for additional support or resistance in this case, to help me out with a position. Yeah. Very volatile. Yeah, we go up and we go down, right? Didn't manage to get above resistance. Little bit of bearish CVD at resistance. We almost moved to 66, a little bit lower. Of course, we have the 886 at the low as well. Now, as mentioned at the beginning, right, also with the fibs as well as the 886, the probabilities are higher for a wave ABC because of the 886, and we are at a target area for C. For a wave 3, bulls, we need to move above resistance, preferably retest it, potential long opportunity, move to the 1.618. So at the moment, there's and especially when at resistance, there's literally no long opportunity. There's only short opportunity. But now at least we have a bit of a move to the downside. Didn't yet touch 66k though. We got close. So there's still the potential for a wave. Yeah, we're at the 0.5 now. Still a target for a wave 4. 66 or the 0.618 at 65.9. That would be an invalidation for a wave 4, and then the only bullish scenario that remains is a double 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3. But your second wave 1 is a lot longer than the first wave 1 in time and price, which reduces the probabilities. Like preferably in a double 1-2, what you look for is a bit of a grind like this, and then. So yeah, hitting the 618 wouldn't be bullish. What do you mean, Jason? The fib settings? In that case, you just uncheck the other boxes, and you can of course write something here, right? But you just uncheck them, and you only have the ones open that you are interested in having. Well. 10 p.m. 2 hours into the live stream. I think we've done pretty well for an evening update. So even though price is still moving, of course I'd love to hang around, but it is time for me to go. Can't deny. So let's see what the price is going to give us, right? So little order block here, maybe acts as a little bit of support, but you also hit the 618 if you do. So, yo, Mr. Brown Bug, yo, welcome. My 6-month girl takes every hour away. I wish you the best. You know, cherish those moments as well. But no problem, Mr. Brownbug. Thanks for still supporting as well. You're still a member as well. So cheers, Mr. Brownbug. And take care of the little girl. Congratulations as well, of course. But yeah, Martin, you know, I have a life as well. I have to do other stuff at the same time. So we'll see what price is going to do. But it is time for me to go. So it's almost pretty much bedtime as well, but I do want to have some more food. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the live stream. Good one. And how many? Wait, thanks for all the likes as well, by the way. 115. Cheers, guys. That's very cool. We are currently at almost, how many subs are we? 11,985. 1 second, refresh. It's insane. Almost 12K, yo. Holy moly. 11,985. Oh man. Every time we tick that number like 1K more, it's insane. Absolutely insane. So special. So special. But Thomas, Fox, Holden Totten, Maurice, Chris, Brownbuck, Mark, maybe a Band-Aid, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for chatting, asking the questions. Hopefully it's useful, educational. I will put the timestamps in this live stream right after I finish the live stream. So I'll put the timestamps in so you know where the analysis was and when we started chatting and Q&A. And yeah, trade safe. Some nice volatility the start of this week. Always good to see. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you live in the world. And yeah, I'm going to catch you again tomorrow. Tomorrow is another live stream. And tomorrow morning will be a normal video update. So let's see where price is tomorrow morning. Cheers, everyone. And see you at the next one.